Okie dokies. Alrighty then, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Amateur League Tournament Weekly. This is week 144 and I am casting finals of today, the best of 5 between these two players. Both are Protoss. It's Protoss versus Protoss, mirror matchup once again. It's Bobson here on the left bottom corner playing Protoss in red colors, and his opposing side has Zew, CodeineUser, playing Protoss in blue colors here on the right top corner. It's Old Republic Elite. This is first weekly on new maps. I already said that in the round 1 game which we casted. This is result of my failures. I lost both of these guys and stayed on third. So yeah, this is tournament. This is the Amateur League tournament is giving chance for all kinds of levels of players, bronze up to the Masters 1, even Grandmasters, to actually play in tournaments, to participate against like-minded, like-skilled, equally skilled or whatnot, beautiful people who are playing this game and being competitive. Yes, this tournament specifically is with the points, or there is no prize money at the end, at least not in this tournament, but the season will come to an end. That's similar timings than the StarCraft 2 seasons, the ranked seasons, and once the season ends there is one major tournament. Whoever is top 8 in the most points are invited to this tournament, and then there is like single elimination, I believe, until who wins and who loses. So it's first, second place, and maybe even third place gets prize money then, and then if whoever comes first in those season-ending tournaments are participating in also in yearly tournament, gets invited. So it's 4 invites by default to the yearly tournament, and then 4 other people which are the highest ranking afterwards with the points and whatnot. So that's a short explanation to TLDR. The levels are like 4 different things. So there is like bronze to platinum, diamond 3 to diamond 2, which is this veteran. So bronze to platinum is initiate, then there is prestige, which is diamond 1 to masters 2, and then masters 1 to grandmasters is the elite, I believe, or whatever is the name of that. Well, nobody is participating in that because nobody wants to play for just points, but some people are just playing because, well, they get walkover, they get first place, and they get given points, which means that they end up in the major tournaments. It's a season end tournament, which is for the money, and maybe even the yearly tournament if they win those major ones at the end of the season, to get even more big even more money, or have the chance to get more money. So yeah, that's that. Yep, so there were like 3 or 4 weekly tournaments and 1 monthly tournament. There's like a little bit different timelines, but there is also cooperation with the Void team. For example, the Void monthly is also having the tournament. There is, for first place, obviously there is prize money, but the monthly one, the Void monthly one, also gives you the points. So you can still, like, more participation is giving you more points. More points means bigger chance to get some rewards. Okay, this Oracle successfully from CodeineUser got 5 probes over here, and he's joined by another one of probes. Codeine is also going for Twilight Council after Stargate Opener, which is scouted by Hallucinated Phoenix. The second gateway is joining in, and there are some Stalkers. Meanwhile, Bobson has gone for the natural. He has some Stalkers in position, but I don't think they will manage to defend all these probes. 2 of them go down once again, and there are 2 Stalkers, but there is more probes going down. That's 4 more probes. Okay, that's in exchange of 1 Oracle. Wildith, thank you very much for raiding, much appreciate that. Welcome, raiders. And there is 1.5 minute delay. Hello, Pigeon Range and Data Tutor. How was your stream? What did you do? How you doing, guys? Well, I already am third, so thank you for the good wishes and everything. Unfortunately, unfortunately, I'm out to these two guys. Yeah, my ZVP has been terrible. Wily, I think this is what it is. Hopefully that's on the right one. Anyways, both of the players right now are researching Blink. They both are going for the Stalkers. There's 4 gates for CodeineUser, and there are 4 gates for the Bobson. The worker amount is in favor of CodeineUser because the 11 probes killed by the Oracles did put a big dent in Bobson's economy. He's not having the third yet, while CodeineUser is going for third, and Bobson is getting attacked. He's forced to protect against Stalkers. He shows off the Blink. I don't think CodeineUser did show the Blink, but I think he did. So that's that. Yeah, obviously you can check also the link, which is pinned in the pin comment. Where there is all the rules and everything else is visible, scores and Hall of Fames and whatnot. It's wonderful work by Glacius. It looks very primitive, but it's doing its work really well. Anyways, Bobson is attacking right now to CodeineUser. There is a shield battery which is successfully defending, but there is also guarding shield from the sentry which was doing some job. The trades are made. Yeah, well, technically it's in Bobson's favor, even though he has lost 11 probes. The trades have been in Bobson's favor against CodeineUser. He's transferring some probes over here and saturating his third fully. Well, Bobson does not have third. He's going for multiple gateways. He's going with 3 more gates. He got the War Prism. CodeineUser pretty much is scouting that with Hallucinated Phoenix. Bobson is making 2 more gateways. He's not going upgrades, while CodeineUser is. Now it's dinner time. Well, haven't played a lot of ladder today. It was a mixed bag. Well, it happens. It's ups and downs and everything. Have a great meal, mate. Okay, so CodeineUser just sniped down the War Prism, but Bobson is blinking into the natural of CodeineUser, sniping down the pylon for the production on the gateways, and now he is going for some probes and going for another pylon possibly. The army supply is in favor of Bobson over here. He's trying to blink micro over here. There is +1 coming up for Codeine, but it will not finish. Codeine actually calls GG already, and Bobson takes game 1. Sorry, I was partly actually commenting it, so that's my bad. Alrighty then. It's best of 5, and in this best of 5 we are looking at game number 2 on Winter Madness, and we have in the bottom right corner in the red colors playing Protoss View CodeineUser, and he's playing against blue color Protoss player Bobson, who took game 1. I'm sorry again, apologies for the weird cast of the game 1. I was explaining and a little bit of talking about the tournament itself, so if you didn't know that, then now you are well informed, and therefore we missed some not key moments, I would say, but some basic stuff which we should show. Of the probes did high-five them face to face. There's really not a choke here, that's cool. That's actually an Amateur League tournament logo, and I believe this is the corporation. That's our team logo. That's logo the Void. Anyways, Bobson once again opens double gateway in the main base. We have seen this quite a lot, and we have seen also the probes. So CodeineUser previous game was opening on the bottom ground. Now he's actually doing the same thing, double gates into cybercore on top side. So openers are quite similar, and the probes are here to probably block the natural or block the ramp. We have seen this plenty of times. There is actually pylon number 2 going up behind the mineral line for Bobson, while CodeineUser has his pylon number 2 over here. And the sentry starts and stalker starts for Bobson, and CodeineUser is actually going for double adepts. Both openers are okay, I would say. The probes are chasing the probes, quite different fashions here. Well, the adepts might be out the first ones. There's actually CodeineUser dropping the pylon on the bottom ground. Bobson has his probe on the ramp, and he's calling it back home. Did he get rid of the other probe? No, I guess CodeineUser also just backed out from chasing the adept. So is Hallucinated Phoenix, which is trying to scout out what kind of things are going on the opposite side. That's Hallucinated Phoenix by Bobson. And CodeineUser is making some more adepts. Well, Bobson has Stalker and Sentry. He's making another one. There is a probe here. If it manages to do things in time, it might block the adepts from coming in, but one adept actually shades in, the other one not so good. The probes are fighting the adepts, and I believe one worker did go down, but that's in cost for 2 adepts. There are 2 more adepts shading towards the Bobson's map. Bobson will spot them with Hallucinated Phoenix. Will he manage to block the shades this time? Yes, he does perfectly with the shield battery. So he's just building, because shades cannot walk through the building walls. The extra building there is blocking them from accessing the top side to actually do some harassment with the workers. Well, Bobson is a little bit ahead in the workers. He is a little bit ahead in the army, and actually CodeineUser is opening a robotics facility, so he might be preparing for aggression here. He has 4 adepts, and he's also chrono boosting an immortal here for defense. Lankadex, thank you very much for the follow, much appreciate that. Hope you enjoy your stay. On usual hours, I'm Zerg. Player, and I'm playing ladder. It's Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, but next week we are going to have Wednesday, Friday streams. This probe is actually seeing the adept shade. The adepts are shading, and stalkers are chasing. Now, as Zerg know that if the shades are there, you should not commit with them. You should commit to them. And there is actually a battery now. Okay, so I believe those shades were supposed to go into main base while the stalkers were chasing, but Bobson did successfully block the top ramp again and did get some adepts in exchange, which is giving him a little bit more lead over in the game, because he has killed 4 adepts. That's 400 resources for only 1 probe missed or lost, and Bobson is able to start his 3rd. Well, meanwhile, CodeineUser has sentries of his own. He's sending the Hallucinated Phoenix to scout what kind of units and what kind of tech Bobson is going for. He's actually himself making like 3rd immortal right now. There is Bobson's Hallucinated Phoenix, which will scout the Twilight Council and chrono boosted robotics facility, and 4 more gateways joining in on the stuff, which might point out that that's probably the attack coming, which Bobson scouts with this observer. Well, there is charge upgrade being researched right now by Bobson. He's adding more gateways right now. 3 more gates shield battery here at the natural and at the third. I don't know if it will manage to come up in the same time. All 3 immortals are quite strong. Actually 2 immortals right now, but there will be more. Some force fields. A fight takes place right now. Bobson is trying to hold his own. Well, the stalkers are not good against immortals. The immortals are doing a big job. Actually, Bobson has immortal of himself, but that's 1 versus 3. Well, Bobson has defender's advantage because he can warp in units here at the home and don't have to move them over the map. Well, CodeineUser knows that, and he's actually sending his warp prism. And actually, his warp prism might be sent to either backstab. Yeah, it looks like backstab will happen. He will try to send it on the corner here in the main base and get some charge lots in, which is correctly what he is doing. The charge for Bobson has finished. He has 2nd immortal here, so he's good. The probes have been evacuated from the main base. At least Bobson did react to that. There is a big recall happening from the CodeineUser. There is 1 more stalker here left. There is War Prism over here. The zealots are fighting to whatever is warped in. There's actually a little pylon here blocking the ramp, so the zealots actually have to fight their way down. But they will manage to shut down one gateway here, and 1 immortal unfortunately also might be going down in fray. Bobson is actually counterattacking, sorry, I did miss that, and actually is denying the 3rd base, which is cancelled by CodeineUser while Bobson is dealing with this attack. Looks like his immortal did go down. There's actually 1 more backstab happening here with the charge lots. Recall has been used by Bobson right now, and yeah, that's there. Yep, 3 charge lots are packed in the War Prism and will be sent upstairs to the main base. The blink is starting to be researched. Some charge lots have found their way over here, but I don't think that's much success. The stalker has been tasked to chase down the War Prism. He did not successfully do so. And the army supply is in favor of Bobson, but there is a 3rd base coming up. While Bobson has the 3rd base, it's actually very similar worker amount for both players over here, but the 3rd base is down for Bobson, which is giving him a little bit of advantage, except the fact that there was no main mining because there were some probes dead from that backstab. I don't know, can we see the graph here? No, we cannot, unfortunately. The income is in favor of Bobson right now, but I believe before he mined his main base, that was not the case. Bobson sends in hallucinated phoenix. I don't know, there is blink. Yeah, blink is going, Bobson is going for blink and going for forge to start working on some upgrades. There's Templar Archives by CodeineUser over here, so that means that he might be joining some Archons in, and indeed 3 Archons are here with 3 Immortals and charge lots. And while actually Bobson is trying to take 4th, the army supply actually is in favor of CodeineUser, and he's actually sending charge lots here to do a little backstab in the main base, while the main army is going here for the third base. There are 3 shield batteries, but only one of them has the energy, so that will be the only one that regenerates the shields. Yep, Bobson did react with some charge lots, warping himself at his natural, and now he's joining the charge lots into the CodeineUser's army, which are going down slowly. Unfortunately, that push didn't work out. Well, CodeineUser is actually sending his reinforcements without cutting them down, and they are also gone. Meanwhile, there's Templar Archives which were made by Bobson, so he is also able to join the Archons into the fight. Well, there's a couple of adepts being made by CodeineUser and sent to do some worker harassment, possibly by shading in, because, you know, some little things which happen, and CodeineUser is making a 4th base here. He's going for +1 attacks. He keeps making some Immortals and some Archons over here to make a big ball of units. Bobson actually almost has been finished, +1, and he has War Prism. The War Prism of CodeineUser is still here, so that can be used. It looks like it's gonna be two-way attack. The War Prism actually sent by Bobson to backstab CodeineUser himself. There is Shades of 2 Adepts joining in the natural base to do some damage, and the main army of CodeineUser is actually going for attack. It's met by quite a good amount of charge lots and much more Archons. The probes have been sent to kill their harassers. The 9 probes goes down to those Adepts, and Bobson has arrived in the main base of CodeineUser and does warp in charge lots for a backstab himself. The army supply obviously is in favor of Bobson because he just won the fight, and GG's called. Bobson takes game 2 and we are going for game 3, which could be the last game of the series. Alrighty then, let's adjust the scores and everything. This is game 3 of the finals of Amateur League Tournament Weekly 144, and you are looking at the main base of Bobson, which is playing Protoss pieces in red color here on the right bottom corner, and he is facing in the finals this player, which I believe we met actually only last week or last weekly, which is like 2 weeks ago, and it's Zew, CodeineUser, playing Protoss pieces in the blue colors here on the left top corner. No, CodeineUser is actually going for pylon and gateway on the bottom ground this time. The first game he did that, didn't end so well for him. Bobson is doing all good old things, probably opening 2 gateways on the top ramp. StarCraft is pain. StarCraft is pain. And suffering. And some glory included. It's life. It's love, it's life. Anyways, yep. Bobson is dropping down the second gateway. That's as expected. The second pylon here for CodeineUser is here next to the main base. Then Bobson is going for Cyber Core, which means that he might want to open with Stalkers, Stalker Sentry again. Who knows? No second pylon though so far. No second pylon yet. There it is. The second pylon is over here. Meanwhile, CodeineUser is opening Cybernetics Core on the bottom ground, and he's going for Zealot. So there might be natural being dropped down faster, so he's actually blocking possibility for... Wow, that was a pylon cancel. Why the second pylon was cancelled? I guess to make 2 Adepts, yes? Specifically? Could be, who knows. Well, CodeineUser is actually going for Stargate right now, and he is going to drop down his natural. Bobson has been left alone by CodeineUser. CodeineUser just left the base. He assumed that he knows, I assume that he knows what's coming for him. There is the pylon, which now this time is the second pylon dropped in the natural, and there's going to be Nexus next, I believe. And Bobson is moving out with Adepts. Actually, he's proxying. He has the second pylon over here. Didn't know that, didn't see that coming, but spotted it timely. Anyways, there is pylon and there is Stargate being proxied right now. Double Adepts are moving in. And CodeineUser is blocking them from entering the base by dropping the shield battery and the second gateway on the bottom ground. There is a Stalker, there is a Zealot, there is double pylon here, and CodeineUser actually is going to build Void Ray. He's chrono boosting it out, while Bobson himself actually is going for Oracle to actually harass the workers. Well, the worker amount of for Bobson is bigger, but his natural is not done yet. While on the opposite side, well, Codeine is catching up right now. Well, the Oracle is here, the Void Ray spawns out, and that's pretty much well timed. And Oracle has successfully gotten 2 probes and says bye-bye to this reality, unfortunately. I don't know what the Bobson's gonna do, knowing that there are Void Rays here. There is second Void Ray being built right now. Bobson is keeping himself to another Oracle. And he has produced some Stalkers over here. He's droning up, or probing up, to be more exact. And trying to get some economy rolling so he can actually try to make some counter units, I guess. He drops down the Twilight Console and drops down another pylon. There is Void Ray number 2 going out. There's Twilight Console going to be dropped, and Bobson comes in with an Oracle, understands that he cannot do any damage because of shield battery in the mineral line, and there is actually third Void Ray joining the fray over here. And actually CodeineUser is planning to go for the third base, which is really close to the proxy Stargate, which he doesn't have idea about yet, and he's actually moving out. That's 2 Stalker, 3 Void Ray push with 1 Zealot. Meanwhile, Bobson started his third. He has 3 Stalkers. Actually, CodeineUser is going for the blink first. I was willing to bet that it's gonna be Bobson. Nope, Bobson also is going for the blink, and the Void Rays are going to reveal themselves to the third base, and there they are. Well, I would say that that's definitely a cancel. Yep, that's cancelled one, and the Void Rays have the prismatic alignment on, so technically they could go for pylons, which is exactly what they are doing here. Well, but there are Stalkers, enough Stalker amounts to get rid of them. At least 1 Void Ray goes down, while these units are here probably doing some planning for backstab. Bobson actually is flying his Oracle around, so he could actually go for natural. There's no shield battery here to do some probe harassment. CodeineUser calls his army back except the Void Rays, and the third base for Bobson is going down again. There comes the Bobson. He actually uses Stasis Trap, which is well spotted by CodeineUser, and pretty much CodeineUser pulls his probes out and just get 1 probe to activate this this Stasis Trap. Funny enough that Bobson did use the Stasis Trap on the mineral line, where he could have actually gotten some probes because there is no shield battery, but afterwards he runs into third base where is the shield battery. And I think CodeineUser still haven't spotted the proxy gate, proxy Stargate next to his base. He was trying to poke in with the Void Rays over here at the natural. He's pinning down pretty much these Stalkers over here, while his army actually is moving in to attack the third. So as soon as Bobson pulls the army away to protect his upcoming third, yep, the Void Rays are going to come in. Well, the Bobson has the Stalkers. He gets rid of 1 of the Void Rays. I believe he will get rid of the second, and he also successfully holds back the attack. Finally, CodeineUser finds out about that proxy Stargate and starts destroying the pylon that powers it, and then probably will work on Stargate 2, so it's not giving any extra vision for the Bobson. CodeineUser has started +1. Bobson starts charge upgrade for Zealots and +1. The third base is done by CodeineUser for a while, I believe, but the worker amount is still in Bobson's favor. Bobson actually is pushing himself with Stalkers over here to the bottom side, and the blink is revealed for both sides for sure. But I think the army supply is in favor of CodeineUser, and he has just a tad bit more of the Stalkers. It's like 3-4 Stalkers, and that's enough firepower to slowly shut down the push by Bobson. And the CodeineUser himself actually is going for charge and +1. I believe there is Templar archives by someone who has made them. That's Bobson. Bobson has made Templar archives because I just saw warping in the High Templars and turning them into Archon. His third base is now under threat because there are Stalkers coming in to shut down one pylon. There is another one, but the probes are the focus here, and oh boy, it's 7, 9, 10 probes going down. There is one more pylon, that's some Zealots joining in, but that's... and there's a couple of Adepts here ready to backstab the Natural and actually the 4th base. But actually they are going for Natural, and that's going to be more probes going down for Bobson, unfortunately, here. Yeah, Bobson actually was moving out on the map, but not good for him. His mining is a little bit now stopped, I believe. There is nothing on Natural, nothing on 3rd, nothing on 4th. Now he's resupplying them, but here comes the CodeineUser with a big Stalker line. But technically Bobson has a bigger army because he has a lot of charge lots mixed in. He made a lot of gateways here, so he has like 8 of them. And they both have +1, and they believe that they have advantage of the upgrades and charge, but unfortunately the advantage is in Bobson's hands since he has just a little tad bit bigger army, and he won that fight, and now he has twice the army supply. CodeineUser is going for double Archon morph to get for defense. One of them is sniped down, the other one is working on the army. Bobson blinks on top of the Archon, and yeah, CodeineUser did manage to snipe down the Bobson's Archon, but there are 2 more Archons joining in for Bobson, and the push is done. GG's called. Bobson takes game 3. Bobson wins the whole weekly tournament. Congratulations!